What's going on? It's the RapNerd, and I just got back from seeing an action movie that released over the weekend called Love Hurts, starring Ki Hu Kwan, and he plays a man who left his life as a mercenary to live a normal life being a real estate agent. And just as he finds success in that field, his old life abruptly snatches him back into this dark world. Now, this is an action movie, like I said, and I don't know if I've ever seen a Valentine's Day themed action film. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. You can put movies that you've seen down below. I don't feel like it's non-existent. Like, I feel like they're out there somewhere, and Valentine's Day is kind of in the back. But this movie is themed around Valentine's Day, decorations, having a little bit of rom-com in there as well. Similar to Hard Eyes, how it's a genre-bending film where it's, specifically one thing, but also has a rom-com in it, and it made the movie pretty warm. And I can say that I really enjoyed this movie, and it will be an annual film for me to watch in February. I thought it was pretty damn good. And the great thing about this film is it, for one, gets the ball rolling pretty quickly, and it's only an hour and 23 minutes, which is pretty fast-paced for a film, but it never really feels like it's fast because of how many things are thrown in here. So firstly, I gotta shout out the director, Jonathan Ubio. I believe this is how his name is pronounced, and if that's not the case, my apologies, but I wanted to give him respect because he's an Asian director, and I always say representation matters. So this is his directorial debut, and he always was a stuntman, but you can see the stunt work on full display in his direction. Like, these are the best kind of people to direct the films, the people that are actually in the genre, when it comes to action, because the stunt workers don't get enough credit for what they do. So when they step over to this direction world and they know how to direct the hell out of an action movie, you see it here. And it's part of 87 North, I believe. They produced it, so you already know you have the best stunt people all working on one film, and then it's directed by a stunt worker himself, and the representation with him being an Asian director and bringing in Ki, just all in all, I have to highlight that because that's a big deal to me, and I hold that at an important place. So this movie is a hell of a lot of fun. This feels like it's within the same world of Bullet Train, so if you did like that movie, I can definitely see you liking this one too. The comedy is handled similarly. There are a lot of kooky characters in here. It's a world that's already built, and I personally like diving into worlds like this because there's not a lot of explanation and expositional dumps that need to be said at the beginning. You know what it is. You're introduced to all of this earlier with a narration. Key talks about leaving his life that he used to know, and he's enjoying living his life. And as the story goes on, you definitely learn more about the world that he was a part of, and even the way he's pulled back into the world of being a mercenary. You learn more about that as you travel that road too. And I think Ki is the perfect person for this type of movie. He is like one of the most charming, heartwarming actors that I've ever seen. Like, this guy is just so genuine. Like, he's like a puppy that you just can't help but be enamored by because of his warmth. And it works so well because it just is a nice pairing with the holiday like Valentine's Day, and everything that he sells in regards to emotion and that loving feel. You get it full display here, and on top of that, he's great with the stunt coordination as well. He kicked a whole bunch of ass in this film, and I really enjoyed that aspect of it. And then, to double back on so many colorful characters, I just love when you have films like this and you can really open up. I forgot the guy's name. He played Bushmaster in Luke Cage. Damn, what's the brother's name? I forgot his name, but he plays another assassin in this film, and his whole skill set just looks like something from a video game. That's honestly what the film kind of gave me. Like, the characters are so kooky, the world is so out there, it's just full of color and high blazing action that it feels like it would be some type of fighting game that you would see on Capcom or SNE with the type of characters there are. But he is a cool character. Marshawn Lynch plays one of the bodyguards for the world that, Ki's characters from. I don't want to expose anything about what it is, but him and this other guy, I've seen him before, but I don't know his name. But the fact that Marshawn was in here and he was himself, and it just added a whole different level of comedics to it. And I have to say, Marshawn even did a great job with his stunt choreography. You know, he's not just a cameo, he's an actual character in the film that you see the entire time, and he's able to get it in with the action too. Absolutely killed it for this film. And then just to go in on the action, I absolutely adored all of this. I mean, the choreography, the camera angles, everything hit so damn well, and I'm just glad that we have kind of loosened our grips on the world of John Wick with having to keep every single thing in camera and making the moves less flashy when things are in camera, even though we do get some longer takes. But this feels like something cut from the cloth of the old Hong Kong action cinema. There's a sequence that takes place within a house where Key is taking on two characters, and it felt like some shit out of a Jackie Chan film. I couldn't help but smile and smirk seeing the nods to what he does, because, you know, Jackie's older films are very environmental in some of the most regular places, and they use that to play on it very well. There's even a really good angle here that I feel like added so much flair to the action itself. And with it being a Valentine's Day movie, they find different ways to stuff that type of theme into the story and surround the decor here and there with hearts and even pink neon lights in certain situations that aren't so Valentine's Day friendly. And it carries that theme all the way through because the streamline of the story is based around love. And once you get to the end, I found it to be tied with a nice bow on top. And it really does make me wonder if Bullet Train and this movie are in the same universe, because it just really feels like it's cut from the same cloth story-wise, and I can see these characters interacting. I just really enjoyed that because I love Bullet Train, and this is another one that I can easily say that I love too. Good old-fashioned action beat-em-up film that's not meant to be deeper than what it is, with great choreography that you can always circle back to on Valentine's Day. I love seasonal and holiday films, and this one's going right into that category because I don't even know if I have a Valentine's Day action movie, but I do now. So let me know in the comments, what did you think about the film? What did you think about the action? What was your favorite sequence in there? Because there are a lot of good ones here to choose from. And of course, if you like this kind of content, make sure to like and subscribe. And if you already are subscribed, thank you. And until next time, peace. RapNerd Productions, no capping, that's word to mommy. Instead of banking on it, now rapping is just a hobby.